Okay, today I want to review Drawing Down the Moon, which is probably the book I most recommend to new witches. It's a great book that explains a lot about who we are, what we believe, and so forth. Unfortunately, it's pretty old at this point. It's 40 years old, and it's a lot of things that she thought were important were she guessed wrong. And it's very Amerocentric. When I lived outside of America in Europe, recommending this book, I had to qualify. It's very Amerocentric. It's lots of information about American witches, pagans, druids, and so forth, but not much about about British ones or outside of America and Britain. Uh, and she guessed wrong about who would be important, so she devoted like a whole chapter to Faeria, which has hardly been heard of, hadn't been heard of at all until the 21st century after this book. Apparently they're still around. But no chapter, not much on, well, nothing on Indriak Fane, but they didn't talk about Isaac Bonowitz and the original Druid order he started. And a few years later, about 10 years later, there was an update, and it's just a little bit of extra information about the various groups. For example, the Church of All Worlds was a defunct group, no longer in existence. She interviewed the former members, but what she didn't report on, if she even knew, is that they were busy breeding unicorns at that time. So she has an update on here. So if probably you'll find this version if you're looking for it, but this one, a couple of my favorite pictures were removed from this book. There's some more pictures here in this one that are not in the original version. So it's still a good book as far as what we believe, but when it comes to contemporary pagans, it's very America-centric and it's kind of out of date.